So yeah, why don't you tell us like what a day-to-day looks like from the start to the end of the day? What might the activities be?
As far as the feeding goes,
Yeah.
we'll start off with that. Usually myself and Dr. Barry Hyman, who helps me, he comes in early in the morning.
Yeah.
So prior to him starting work, he comes in and he'll do pans for outside.
Yeah.
So that's about, what do we figure that is? It's like 25 cans.
Yeah, about, yeah, because it's
25 cans of food.
Yeah, 20 to 25 cans.
So he prepares all the pans, takes in the old ones, gets them ready to be sanitized, puts them in. If it's his day to feed, we have it, right now it's me and him and Samantha, another worker on Rikers. So after the outside is fed, we do the inside, which is basically 26 dishes of food.
Yeah.
Wet food, the dry food we replenish, the water gets changed daily.
Yeah.
And after that we do the litter boxes. To do the entire in and out, I'd say 2 hours.
About 2
Okay.
hours.
Doing it right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So on a Monday to Friday, that's basically what's done. If there's a
Yeah.
little extra time, or if Barry's able to come in the evening, or Samantha or me,
Yeah.
then we get them maybe a little more wet food and a little time with them, to play with them. We try to give them as much attention as we can. It's never enough,
Yeah.
because it takes time just to keep the place right.
Yeah.
During the week, Barry, we have another guy, John, that goes around the island, replenishes the dry food
Yeah.
where we have feeders.
Yeah.
And then on the weekend, we do the same.
We do the same.
We do the same.
Right.
We go around the island.
We do a more
replenish.
thorough cleaning though, because like we have
Okay.
more time, so they'll be vacuuming. We'll wash the litter boxes. All of that stuff happens.
Right.
So how many satellite locations are there in addition to this area?
20 about 27.
So 27
Wow.
locations total. Wow.
So on a day-to-day basis, this alone here is an hour and a half, 2 hours just to do basics.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then on the cleaning, we're here 4 hours,
Yeah.
4 to 5 hours.
Like when we go feed the island, it takes about 2 hours, about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
driving around to all
Okay.
27
Oh, I thought you
locations
meant just
and
for
popping
that
in and
particular
out.
for
Wow.
here, but yeah, for the whole thing. Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like a whole day, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a
It's
a whole
day.
day.
It's
Yeah.
a whole day. So that's basically, and then of course, if we're going to do trapping,
Yeah.
that's another thing.
Yeah. And is
So-
that something that like you like amp up for a campaign, or is it like something that is
Kind
kind
of
constantly
difficult.
going?
We try, but the thing is that there's rules, and the best time to trap a cat is like when the sun goes down, and they don't really want us on the island at nighttime trapping.
Oh, I see.
So trapping in the daytime is not the best thing. They're not going to come
Right.
out.
Right.
Once they hear a car, they're not coming out.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's a
you kind of
problem.
have to leave it.
Right, and you have to like
have them.
stake out the area because you have to see which cats are fixed, which are not. It's like a whole
Right.
process.
Right.
So it's not that easy to do, especially not here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
does that mean that you have traps that go overnight, or do you
Never.
like you
Never.
really have to just try and get them
No.
during the
Yeah.
day? So just a lower success rate in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah.
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 And in the early morning here, every place I think is different. Every
Yeah.
neighborhood is different. Here, early morning works.
Yeah.
But the key is it's before all the movement starts. Like today, you're here and this.
Right,
really-
Sunday, Saturday, quiet. During
Yeah.
the week, not so much.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
it's very difficult because then
Yeah.
you have people. You got to watch your traps. But just getting back to leaving traps, it's not a policy that I do. I
Yeah.
know
It's
the,
not safe either.
It's
Yeah.
not safe. It
Uh-huh.
not And I know the Center for Animal Care and Control used to try to do that with us, and I wouldn't. If they put the traps up, I would close them.
What's
Yeah.
not safe? Because the cat could
So
get
leave the-
stuck in there.
It could
and
get
then
stuck in
something
there.
can
If
happen.
the door doesn't close properly, the cat will try to get out and could basically choke to death.
Oh,
That's happened.
Yeah.
Not to us, but I know people that it's happened to.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like a lot of things that you have to monitor if the weather's not right.
Right.
Luckily, the island doesn't have mean people, but other places, yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't know what's going to happen.
You
if
don't
leave
want
the
to
trap.
leave them
You don't wanna do
vulnerable
that.
Plus,
to any of that stuff.
once you trap the cat, you have to cover it.
For it to
Yeah.
calm
with a
down.
sheet to calm down.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So if the cat's out there and it's in a trap and it's not covered and now it's frantically trying to get out,
Yeah.
It's going to hurt itself.
It'll hurt itself.
It'll scratch itself.
Yeah, so
or have-
it's
yeah,
just look. Do
that's-
people do it when they have no choice? Okay, I get it, but it's not something that we like to do.
Sure.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
So we go like, I don't criticize anybody else. If that's their mythology, it's not ours.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
unless we had really like a very hurt cat or something that we had to leave, but I couldn't go. I'd see. Luckily, this is a 24-hour operation, so I would find an officer or somebody that works midnight just to check,
Right.
and even
Right.
just to cover it if we
Right.
had to do that.
Sure. Sure.
But as far as the weekly thing, that's about it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when the cats need vet care, does a vet come here? Do you bring a cat to a vet?
I bring the cat
Yeah.
into the Humane Society.
Okay, yeah.
Into the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, into the city. So I have to coordinate with them.
Yeah.
Because I'm just a fill-in. I'm a
Right.
squeeze-in.
Right.
And she's been wonderful with us, Ms. DeFeo. She's fantastic. But if there's an emergency, she'll take it. But like I said, they're a clinic. They're not a hospital. So
Yeah.
it depends on what the injury is. But basically, we try to set up like just maintenance on them. Do you have room? I'll bring it in Monday. But we do that ourselves.
Yeah.
I've done, and we have John that drives. But I'm basically the person.
She's the one who does it mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the one that basically transports back and forth.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a slow process. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Even when we had the ASPCA and we do entrap neuter, we only really had the van in the past couple of years twice.
Yeah.
And because they're not using the vans anymore. So we would have to transport whatever number, 6 cats into Glendale
Yeah.
and go pick them back up.
Yeah.
And this is done with private vehicles and
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not, they don't give
This is all
us
out of
any-
pocket. Yeah, this is all out of
Yeah.
pocket from her. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's not something that they do, but you know what? It's got to get done. So what
Yeah.
am I going to do?
Yeah.
So the last thing would be like if people are interested either in helping or if they're interested in donating or if they maybe want to adopt, like what would be the best way to contact you guys?
To go on Instagram, we have the Rikers Island Cat Rescue,
Yeah.
the website or just the Instagram page.
Yeah.
And it has all the information there from adoption to the Amazon wish list to the PayPal to everything.
Yeah.
That would be
And
the best
Chewy
thing.
was. We
And,
now have
now
Chewy
we
now.
just recently added Chewy in
is
the
a
past
big
couple of
help.
days. Yes.
Nice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And are you open to having people come in and
Oh,
volunteer?
absolutely. We
Maybe
would love
like,
that.
even if they only have one day, but they can give a whole day, or do you
They
like
can-
to have someone that's
Right, they don't
like,
even have to come
wants
clean. They
get
can just come play with the
involved?
cats.
Yeah.
They could
Good
just
to
come play with the
know.
cats. Yeah.
Socialize them and whatnot.
Socialize. We can arrange that. It's like I have to know ahead of time because
course.
it's still a prison. It's still security.
Yeah.
So the environmental assistant commissioner is very, very good with, if I let her know and we have somebody here.
Yeah.
That's just my phone.
No, you have a
Please-
phone that's a
please
dog,
ignore,
Margaret? That blows my mind. I can't believe it.
Yeah, the dog's still there. Won't leave. But she's been pretty good with that because it'd be hard to have someone like we have to be here. In other
Yeah.
words, or if someone comes, if they work here, it's great because they
Yeah.
already have the clearance.
Yeah.
But if they don't, then we would take the volunteers.
Yeah.
We would coordinate it. Like
Yeah.
look at Vanessa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, she
Yeah.
does this out of the goodness of her heart.
Yeah.
And we meet on the weekend, and I have another lady, Mary, that comes. She doesn't drive, and so I bring her in
Yeah.
Right.
because it cuts our time in half.
Right.
Yeah.
But if someone look, the volunteers is always a blessing to us.
Yeah.
And the adoptions, we welcome. We don't want to keep these cats here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their life is not bad, but we don't want to keep them here.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
No, they have a great life here, but it's better in the home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're better in the home. Yeah.
And there's always more.
There's
seems
always
like
more.
there's always going to be more.
Yeah, because
coming
once we
in,
adopt them
so-
out, we make space for more.
Yeah.
So.
We
Yeah.
do. We always make space, and we have multiple. You see in some of the rooms, and we judge their personalities. Like Charlie, we don't want anybody to bother him, and
Yeah.
bonkers is bonkers. So we can't put too many cats. We have his match in with him, but we sort of have to judge them. But we've seen, like we've had. Remember the older cat Holly?
Yes.
I don't know if you remember. She went, the one that's deaf. She went into a home and she's thriving. And we had another one midnight, used to be in Charlie's spot. It was an older cat. A lovely guy adopted him. It's
Yeah.
just him and the cat.
Yeah.
And he sends me photos of him and the cat on the couch with him. And you would never think. I mean, she was a little particular, but a whole different, the personality just
Yeah.
changes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Because it's got a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody, well, maybe not everybody wants a person, but most normal people
Yeah.
like to have companionship.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
right.
nice to have that
Yeah.
bond.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
why is an animal any different?
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Absolutely.
I mean, you do run across the recluse
Yeah.
once in a while. We do have Howard users here
Yeah.
on this island, but
There's a reason why cats and dogs and humans have been together for many thousands of years.
Yeah.
Because
Don't
they
you
like
think?
each other's company.
they
do.
like each other's company. So I have to say,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
all the cats that are out for adoption in the world right now, and there's a ton of them, we have been extremely lucky. Maybe it's because they're from Rikers Island.
Yeah.
And people sort of, believe it or not, think it's a novelty.
Yeah.
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 It's interesting. It's
I
definitely
guess
an
it is.
interesting.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
is,
where did
yeah.
your cat come from? Rikers Island.
Yeah.
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 Not the streets of Brooklyn, Rikers Island.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe it means something. To me, it's just like, look, it's like I said with the adoptions. We don't push it. We give the personality of the cat. We don't try to cover anything. You're getting, this is what you get. But if someone gets a cat prior to us being able to accommodate them, that's swell too.
Yeah.
It's a cat that got a home.
Yeah.
It's not, you know, because unfortunately, in I'm going to say more the cat world than the dog world, people get a little strange, and they don't want to share, and they don't do things. But we don't believe in that.
Yeah.
You know, we believe that you have to. When we get an abundance of dry food from Office of Emergency Management, we try to give to the community or to shelters or people that can't afford that are feeding.
That's great.
We try to do it. This year we're going to try to do it again.
Yeah.
We got dry food. We're very good on. Still canned food. That's our problem.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Well, this is awesome. Thank you again so much for letting us on to check out the space. And
Yeah.
hopefully, too, you know, we're doing this art project based on our walks, and all the money that is raised by purchases of those arts projects, that's going to go right to you guys. So
Oh,
great.
thank you.
excited to
We
share it.
appreciate it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And believe me, that'll all go to
More cats? Save
The
more
cats.
cats. Save
Yeah,
more
no,
cats.
I mean,
to
this
save
is
the cat.
this is
Yeah.
obviously a very heartfelt and authentic thing that you're doing
I
here.
want to
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, so like, I mean, it feels better than, you know, giving it to something where you don't know where it's going, and maybe 80% of it's going to administrative costs and whatnot. Like, everything here is going right to the cause.
No administrative costs, no car costs, nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Nothing.
all for them, whatever it is, and we're right up front with that. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have it any other way.
Neither would I.
Amazing.
Well,
Well, thank you
This
both so
this is
much.
great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys came, believe me.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, we are.